Airdrome finds price update. Here's why the AERO token will go much higher than most people expect. My name is mikemadz. Let's start this video. Before starting the video, as always, show me that you're still around. Every like matters, every comment matters. The more people engage, the better for the video, the better for the entire project, the better for the entire community. Let's start. All right, let's stop wasting time. Let's jump straight into it. Yes, guys, today a different setup. Let me know if it's better or worse here. Is the audio better? Does it look better? Just let me know in the comments below. Today, of course, covering Aerodrome, my brutal honest thoughts here on the AERO token. Something, unfortunately, most people don't like to hear, but this is the truth. The altcoin experiment here, the 1000x altcoin experiment we have together, what happened here and what are the next steps forward. Aerodrome price prediction here, and also something I never did here on this channel. How much Aerodrome actually specifically do you need here to change your life in 2025? Now, of course, starting off here with Aerodrome. First, Aerodrome, my brutally honest thoughts here on the project. Before I get to here to the summary, let's cover a couple of things. Yes, guys, of course, metric-wise, Aerodrome is looking absolutely phenomenal. As you can see here, last epoch, revenue was much higher here than net emissions. Absolutely super important here, as you don't want a project here that gets diluted here by supply, basically. So revenue versus emissions looking better than ever before, I think. And metric-wise, just like I always say here, Aerodrome is on a great path here to success. Also, checking out here the volume. As you can see here, the top ETH pool on DeFi on Aerodrome is happening on Aerodrome. By the way, here by a very large margin. As you can see here, Aerodrome is basically the #1 representation of base here. Just like I always say, long story short, Aerodrome is doing exactly what it's intended to do. It's driving exactly here like we predicted it to do, and volume-wise, it's looking better than ever before, guys. So those things are moving in the right direction. We all know that. Those things are very impressive and are actually, by crypto standards, doing very great. Okay, now, most important, unfortunately, though, the price of the token here. Does this all translate in higher token prices? Indirectly, yes, of course, but mainly not really here. And as you know here, in investing, this is super important, guys, and especially in the crypto space that moves very fast. This is a fact you cannot ignore, and this is a fact, unfortunately, most people ignore. Why? Because they marry the bags, they marry some sort of blockchain, they marry code, they marry a community. Doesn't make any sense, guys. Yes, I'm an AERO bull. Yes, I'm a Coinbase bull. Yes, I'm a base bull. But it doesn't mean here that I'm delusional about the fact that opportunity cost is real, especially in the crypto space. And unfortunately, in the last year, basically, opportunity cost of Aerodrome was absolutely massive, guys. Other projects did better. Other projects made you much better returns here with less risks. Even Bitcoin, guys. So be aware of that. Opportunity cost is important. Yes, you can be bullish on a project. Yes, you can be bullish on a token. Yes, Aerodrome will appreciate in price. But if you want to be a fully sound investor, you need to keep those things in consideration, guys. And opportunity cost with Aerodrome has been absolutely brutal. So does this mean here that opportunity cost will be brutal here in the second stage of this year? No, that's not what I'm saying, but something to keep in mind, especially in the future. If you want to be a serious investor in the crypto space, also in stocks, make sure to consider opportunity costs, risk to reward, and not just only being in love with a token. Okay, this is all I'm trying to say here. Now, coming to my microcap that I like to cover on this channel here, and I want to briefly explain what happened, and I want to explain also the way forward. Of course, I'm talking about black gold. Still my biggest conviction on Solana, guys. Nothing has changed. Yes, I'm reading the comments. Yes, I know there's confusion out there. Nothing has changed. I will cover that also shortly. Now, brief outlook here. We started all this entire journey here 11th of June, basically 1 month ago, guys. Okay, I know this space is a very fast pace, but this is ultra fast pace here on the way to success. We started this 11th of June, started this below 50K market cap. A tiny micro cap, which I usually don't cover, but I believed in it. I believed in the dev, etc. Fast forward here, this is how the chart is currently looking. And yes, I'm getting a lot of questions. Mike, the project rugged. Mike, what happened here? The project is down 70-80%. Mike, is it over? What happened here? Did someone rug? Long story short, nobody rugged here. This is a liquidity problem here that happened. First of all, before we get into that, we're currently sitting at $200 here. $200, we started this at as a single digit token, and we were celebrating $200 just a couple days ago, basically, guys. So price wise, things are not looking too bad. Chart wise, of course, not the best thing to say here, especially after getting used here of up only season. Now what happened here is the following. Sellers are selling, okay? Big sells happened, no question about that. And what happened here is just liquidity has been pulled to save the project here. Now, we are working day and night to find a solution for this. I think, and I'm very, very certain here, there will be a solution to this issue. And this is the most important thing here. And the most important thing, actually, nothing has changed other than that. So solution is on the way. We will find a solution that fits, hopefully, all people. This project is still my biggest conviction. And I just want to remind you here why I'm still bullish on it, despite the missing liquidity. Still the best tokenomics here out there, especially on Solana. Still tiny supply, scarcity I've never seen before in altcoin. Distribution still with proof of work, nothing has changed here. Still doing big numbers, guys. Okay, still doing big numbers, transactions here as miners are still mining. Very, very important also. And of course, the dev is still the dev here. Sven is still Sven, still one of the best well-connected Solana devs that I personally know here. And as you can see here, even bigger accounts here directly linked to Jupiter are retweeting his ideas as his ideas are very, very unique, especially on Solana. So still an expert dev, still great tokenomics, still limited supply, tiny supply like I've never seen before, and still doing big numbers. The only issue we need to fix, and we are working to fix right now, is to re-add liquidity in a proper way where the project benefits and thrives from there. And I can guarantee you here, in the next couple of weeks, my prediction is that this current fear, despite the price being still here in the 200s, will turn into FOMO, and we'll do everything we can here to save this and to make this thrive here. And there's more coming, privacy transactions, dark pools, etc. So the future is still bright. Yes, uncertainty is there, no question about that, but just like always, guys, know your risks here. I'm not here to hold your hand. I'm not here to do your investments, to manage your investments. I'm here to show you what I'm doing. Now, getting back to Aerodrome here. Aerodrome price prediction, and let's take a look at the Aerodrome chart. As you can see here, very, very important, like we discussed here in the last couple of days and weeks, we held the bull market support band. This is one of the most important key factors for me here to see if a chart is showing strength or if the chart is just simply chopping to the downside here. And as you can see here, this didn't happen here since a lot of months. So the first retest, successful retest, as you can see here, of the bull market support band. And right now it's looking like Aerodrome wants to go higher. Now, personal prediction here is, if there is more weakness to come for Aerodrome, it's going to happen in the next 2 to 4 months. But my base case is still new all-time highs here, Q4 for Aerodrome. And my base case is still here for Aerodrome to reach the numbers here up where somewhere close to $10. This is still my belief. And there's also a possibility here, guys, because you can almost smell the mania that's about to happen here. In the mania phase, things can even go much higher. So I don't want to limit it to $10. My personal base case is $10 is more than fair for Aerodrome, especially considering market cap and fully diluted market cap. But in a potential mania phase here, many people never experience a real mania phase. In a potential mania phase, things can go much higher. Now, to give you the bear case here and numbers to watch, again, in my personal opinion, 70 cents, 60 cents, losing those levels, bye-bye butterfly. You should be out because there's more pain to come. But right now, I wouldn't focus on weakness. I would actually focus on strength here. In my personal opinion, this is a great looking chart again for Aerodrome here. And in combination with Coinbase thriving, Base also hopefully picking up, and Ethereum picking up, I think the next months will be very, very bullish for Aerodrome holders. Not financial advice. Now, coming to the end of the video, but a very, very important part here, because I get this question so many times here. How much of Aerodrome tokens do you need to actually change your life in 2025? And this can be either discouraging for some people, but this can also be motivation here for some people that already have a lot of Aerodrome. Now, keep in mind, those are price predictions that nobody knows if we get there, and nobody knows if we exceed them by much more. Only time will tell. Now, if Aerodrome goes to $10, depending on where you live here, of course, this is the amount here of Aerodrome you can imagine here to have a life-changing amount. Important thing to add here, life-changing can mean many things for many people. For some people, 50K is life-changing. For some people, life-changing doesn't start under $5 million. So always keep that in mind. You have to take a look at this calculation on your living standards and what you expect from this cycle. But as you can see here, $10 airdrome. If you have this amount, you are going to be sitting pretty good here at the end of the year. Now, if airdrome goes to $20 plus, of course, this number goes lower, and then you don't need as much airdrome, depending on where you live and depending which number you're aiming for. So I don't want to discourage people here, okay? This is still one of the best risk to reward plays here in crypto, in my personal opinion. So don't only think about the upside potential, but also think about the risks here. And in my personal opinion, airdrome backed by Coinbase, basically one of the best risk to reward plays, especially now this year here, 2025, where the chart should start showing some strength. At the end of the day, guys, let me know if you like this setup or not. Be bullish on yourself. That yields the most returns. Do your own research. Super, super important. Most important thing is, don't get wrecked.
This guy giving up from blue tops like Mars Simpson, just hard discipline, pot simmering, cooking up, no rocks in the pan, watching the plane form in the sand, bidding castles out of thoughts in our head.